Hello, I'm Elizabeth Isley, Deputy Chief of Communications for St. Louis County, and today we are in the St. Louis County Justice Center. I'm joined by Professor Christy with St. Louis Community College to talk about an exciting program that's happening here in the Justice Center. The first time offering college credit classes to residents here in the jail. And Professor Christy is the teacher of that History 101, I believe is what it is. Yeah. Professor, I'll just have you introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, how long you've been teaching, what you teach.
I've been teaching for about 20 years and all history courses.
How many students do you have in this first History 101 class?
We have nine.
And how did you get involved with this course?
Well, I read about the program. The president sent a message out and asked for volunteers, and I was interested. And so I volunteered, and I started in January. So this is our first month. We're about to finish up first 8-week course.
Why teach a college credit class in a county jail? Did you ever think you would do that?
I can't say that I did. I think that we are coming out with different programs to really try to address recidivism and to try to help people who are inside of the jail to have some opportunities. And so many of them have never been exposed to a college education or had an opportunity to get a college education. And so hopefully through this program, they will get that and they will develop the ability to possibly get a degree, and then that will help them move on to some sort of work that they're interested in and create a bridge so that they have some hope about the future.
And what do you see in these students that you've been teaching them? The class meets Monday through Thursday.
We actually meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
And what do you see when you're teaching them?
I see a lot of interesting individuals who love history. Many of them read on their own and have been reading on their own. So it's really a pleasure to teach them because they are interested in history and they do the readings, all of the assignments they do way before they're due, and they have an inquisitiveness that I find really compelling.
And do you see differences between how they approach this class compared to maybe students you see at Forest Park or Merrimack or in your other classrooms?
I find that they're very dedicated, and I find that they are almost perfectionists to a fault because they want their work to be perfect. And I have one student turn in 3 versions of one assignment, each better than the one before, but just an example of really wanting to do their best.
And they're doing the same work that other, your typical college student is doing, correct?
Exactly. They're using the same software, so at the same time, I'm hopefully teaching them the skills they would need after they take the courses here to then be part of the St. Louis Community College system, and they'll be ready to go, and they'll know software packages like Canvas, and they will be in the same teaching environment.
And you brought today a paper. Kind of tell me why you, thought to bring this with you as we chatted today.
And so what they're doing for these is investigating a primary source. This particular primary source was a payment voucher for an African-American soldier who fought in the American Revolution. And he was emancipated, he was given his freedom through service, but he was also paid. And so these are 2 things we really did not know occurred. That is, being able to be emancipated through military service in the Revolutionary War, as well as actually being paid in a monetary sense.
And you wrote some notes on some of it that, I don't know what you're comfortable sharing, but I think, we had a conversation about it earlier, and you just said they get it, and you're moved by what they write.
Sure, I'd be happy to read a portion of it. So the soldier in question, his name is Sharp Liberty, and so this is by a student named Javante Powden, and he wrote, that same slaveholder gave a choice to one individual to choose the dream of opportunity because he didn't love nor believe in the concept of the land of the free. But Sharp Liberty, who is our American Revolutionary soldier, did. He raised his hand and signed with an X. Sharp didn't hide, nor did he run to the redcoats. And so through this, he said, there were a profuse amount of slaves that ran to the British side. They were put in the history books as loyalists, no, not Sharp. And so I think because Javatne has this ability to really be empathetic, which is what's necessary in history to walk in someone else's shoes, to understand what they experienced. I find that his paper is really riveting because he has this sense of what freedom means and what people will do. So I'd like to read to you the end of it if I'm finished. This American dream, this American patriot, a person who loved his country. And if you love something, you're willing to die for it.
How would you sum this up? How would you, like, the impact you think it's making?
I feel like on an individual level, it is giving a lot of hope to people who perhaps have not felt a lot of hope. It's transporting them back in time through history so that they have something to think about, something to strive for. And I feel like there could be a lot of negative needs. And so why not replace it with gaining knowledge and some positive needs? So I know they've told me every day that we're here to teach them go through their best days. And I can really see that. I'm just a vehicle for it. They're doing the work, but they just need an opportunity. And I feel like you're really doing something positive, creating some positive good, because opportunities are what it's all about. If I can provide that, then that's a great day for me.
I mean, you've been teaching 20 years. I mean, does that experience you often town, or, I mean, is this something totally new when you need it?
It's just different. So I have to say that with the light bulb goes off in every class, wherever it is, it's always a great feeling. But here, I really feel like we've made some connections historically that are going to help them move on in their lives and create something good. And so they just needed an opportunity. And I've had many of them say, this is the first real place in my life where I feel like someone is reaching out a hand, extending a hand to help. And so that's an incredible feeling.
And what do you hope happens after your first 8 weeks is completed, and then the next 8 weeks? I mean, what do you hope is next?
I'd hope to see all of them finish the program. So the idea through this PACE program is that the credits that they earn here are transferable to any institution in the state of Missouri. So if I could have anything, I would like to see them all with diplomas in their hands.
Anything else I haven't asked you that you wanted to make sure and share about this?
Well, I did want to recognize Mr. Holtman and Mr. Haywood and Missy, of course, because without them, this program would not get off the ground. And they've been wonderful. This is an experiment for all of us. And they have been incredibly helpful and incredibly positive.
Great. Thank you so much. I know we're keeping you from getting to class, so I really appreciate your time. And I need to audit your classes, I think.